Just like that, good to see you all back. Thursday, May 11th. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Carolina Keith, regular Keith, Professor Keith. I hate Keith. TA sucks. It's useless, Keith. Hey, TA's awesome, Keith. Thanks. Nonetheless, glad to see you. Glad to have you here. What a difference a week makes, huh? You go from a continuation of an uptrend to, just like that, a downtrend. Yeah? Well, welcome to the real world, everybody. If it always went the way you wanted it to, would you be here? Well, no, you wouldn't. So, without further ado, let's jump off into Crypto After Dark. If you haven't done so, please do me the kindly of clicking like, hitting the comments right over there on the screen so you can pop up there and talk all you'd like. The more you talk, the better. We like everyone to participate here. Why? Because more participation means more help. All right? You never really get the answers to the questions that you don't ask. All right? So, if you hit the like button, YouTube pushes us around the old algorithms a little better. If you hit the subscribe button, that helps a ton too. We're getting closer to 10,000. If you hit that share button, that'll be even better. And turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything, all right? Got it. So, we're going to start with Bitcoin and total market cap here. And I got the hiccups a little bit. And I want to expound a little bit on what's kind of transpired and what may be coming in the future. All right. I'm going to use several different chart iterations here, kind of give you a feel of what I think may be coming. I want to say hey to everyone first, because I haven't said hey first in a couple streams, and I'm sorry about that. So, shall we go say hey to everyone? And we shall. Good to see you, Tex. What's up, brother? Ron Lowe, what's up? Educated Dummy, what's up? Raging Beagle. Lunatic Prophet. Big Dex, what's up? Manolo, what's up, my friend? Win freaking Mullet. Good to see you, brother. All right. From Poe, Nate Lambo. Good to see you, brother. Jerry Monroe. He's probably already drunk. The Chamda. It's not 2 hours away. It's now, bro. Good to see you. Frank, what's up, Frank? Good to see you, my guy. Big Nick. Thank you, brother. Good to see you. Crypto Norsky, what's up, my guy? CL. Let's get off into this. I'm going to start with Bitcoin. I've got the regular Binance exchange put up here at the moment. This was the thumbnail that you saw when we started, right? We started and you could see the thumbnail showed this particular bearish formation. Let me write this down. You could see this particular formation and you can kind of see it playing out. So people are going to ask, well, what's a head and shoulders formation? Well, we've always used this YouTube channel to be a teaching channel, right? We want to come on here and we want to explain to people what's going on. We want to kind of teach you the ins and outs and the very basics of what charts are all about. There's so much BS and confusion that gets spit out by the non-chart people that it makes the actual chart people seem really dumb. All right? Not how it actually works. Okay, so let's start there. So a head and shoulders formation is a bearish formation that forms up when you have an uptrend that fails and forms a lower high, because that's how uptrends fail. They form a lower high followed by a lower low. All right? We're working on making that now. What does a head and shoulders look like? Well, it looks like you see on the screen, a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, just like you see here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And it's actually flipped the other way around because YouTube flips it for me, but same difference, right? You need a few parts for a head and shoulders. You need those three that I just said, and you need a well-defined neckline. All right? You need to have a neckline. As you see here, we have a clear neckline. What happens when a head and shoulders formation starts to play out? All right. Typically what you get is a break below the neckline, which we have now. I'm going to do this in a different color. Let's do white. You get a break below the trend line. That's what we have now. All right? We have a clear break. Now that we have a clear break, we're likely to get a back test of this head and shoulders pattern. And I don't know exactly where that'll come from or how long exactly that'll take. Sometimes you get more down before you get that big back test. Sometimes you get a lot of down and it snaps up very quickly. But typically, once you break the neckline, you get a back test of that neckline. From there, you typically see more down. There's usually at least 2 to 3 different drops in a head and shoulders formation once it breaks that neckline. And you see now that it's clearly failing that neckline. What does this mean? Well, usually when a head and shoulders formation breaks south, it goes to the trend line that it was already in or back to support. Where's the next closest support? Well, that happens to be down here around 25,000-ish, all right? 26,000 if you count the wicks, okay? Now, I always do count every bit of price action. I'll count the wicks, I'll count the candle bodies, everything. But we're always going to give more strength to the candle bodies. And when I say candle bodies, I mean right here you can see that multiple candles closed in one spot. Right up here, this creates support. Below that, there's even more down here, more candle bodies that all kind of closed and opened in the same spot, all right? This creates a support level for the price to fall to and be caught or supported, all right? Typically, when a head and shoulders formation breaks its neckline, it will retest that neckline and have 2 falls. We're only on the first fall now. We haven't retested it. That's likely to happen at some point, and that'll get everyone feeling good again. Oh, hey, we're not failing. We're going back up. Here we come. Only to have it pulled right out back from under you again, and that sucks really bad. So, right now, we've failed this neckline, and we're appearing to want to go down more. I'm assuming over the weekend, we're going to get a little bit more down and sideways, and we may see the thing really open up on Monday or Tuesday. All right, I can pull fibs on this on an overall, and then I can pull fibs on a tighter scale. So I'm going to show the overall first. I've got this green line drawn here, kind of showing you the uptrend that we've been running through since January. All right, now it actually started way back here, I think January 11th or whatever, when you actually broke the failed downtrend. And this was the big bear market line, the red line you have here, okay? So it's broken that, clearly, and we've had this uptrend form. So since we've got this uptrend form, I'll get it a little tighter right about there. So we're touching the bottom of those wicks there. Since we've had this uptrend form, we can see that there are retraces inside of this uptrend. I did a thread about this in our Discord today, where we talk about everything that goes on this YouTube stream first. All right. This was a 50% retrace from this spot down here. It went up and then retraced back 50%. Here's the very next move, which looks very similar to this move, by the way. Very same thing happened again, only on a higher scale because we have an uptrend. We have highs, lows, and then we have highs and lows, and it continues to make each time an uptrend with higher highs and higher lows, which is great. As long as that continues, we're all right. Now, we do have a short-term downtrend, and I'll get to that in a second. But let's talk about the retracement first. If I start here where our previous bottom was, and I pull to our new top, and I use the dotted line on my Fibonacci retracement tool to mark that trend, which is what I'm going to do now. And I go all the way to the top, and I mark my trend best I can, yeah, all at the top right here. This shows us levels where the price may fall to. Now, you saw I had this red box drawn with the word support written in it. It just so happens to as well be 50% retracement, just like this one that happened back here. And I'll show you. I didn't draw it yet because I wanted you to see the one I drew first before I showed you this one. And here you go. Straighten up just a little bit, right about there. All right, so right here, 50% retracement. It was actually a little more than that, but right around 50% retracement. If that very same thing were to happen again up here, you're going to have a price fall back to that nominal support level that we drew right here, which is roughly 24,800 or about 25,000. That's the next available support zone, which just so happens to be right at about the 50 fib, which just so happens to be right near this uptrend line. So how long will this take? Well, if this is the correct fib set pull here, and I've drawn it perfectly, and I don't claim to be a perfected, amazing chart person, right? It's just what I do for my living. That's all. It's just my profession. I'm not perfect though. Okay, everybody. Right here, May 19th is the end of this fib set. That's when this move should be done. All right. So that gives you about 8 days from now, or about a week from tomorrow. That means by next Friday, we should have all of our down complete and maybe a touch of this green trend line, a third touch of this green trend line, which would be good. All right. That would help solidify that trend line a little bit more. We already are aware that the federal government is being pressured to stop raising interest rates. If they do that and they stop and they go from raising rates to flat, that will be perceived as a bullish annotation. So when that happens, and it will eventually happen, you're going to see charts rebound. It just so happens that this move is going to be finished toward the end of May, right about the same time when they come in for June and announce those interest rates. All right. Let's see how this plays out. Now I want to show you the BTC CME chart as well here. Here you go. So similar story, only it's a little cleaner. And by a little cleaner, I mean it's less herky-jerky than the exchange charts because it cuts off during the weekends. So it gives it a little bit more time to kind of chill. Same story here. I've already got all this drawn out for you. The top right here from the bottom using the trend. This one shows Thursday, May 18th, roughly the same amount of time. Similar points of interest here, about 24,700 or 25,000 roughly, right? Same trend line, bouncing off the bottom, bouncing off this point, riding up. And these are our big fibs right here that I've still got on the page, and I don't want to take them off so you can see them. But this is our big fib set, that the overall big bear trend, the overall big bear market. I've actually moved it a little bit. I didn't mean to do that. There you go. Let's lock that by clicking the lock button right here. Now it won't move anymore. So, yeah, I still think this has until June or July to run out here and do its thing. And I don't want to push this too far. I've already dumped all the way back into stable coins. I think I have accidentally bought some XRP because I had that order sitting on the exchange and totally forgot about it like an idiot. That's about the only thing I've had. The only thing I have, I think. Oh, no, I do have. So take it back. I've got about $4,000 worth of XRP, which is about 5% of my portfolio. I have about $1,200 worth of DAG that I didn't sell, that I thought I sold all of, and I had it in my main wallet, not the trading wallet, like an idiot. That's what happens when you have too many assets. You forget where you have them. Dummy. On top of that, all right, so on top of that, I think I have $1,000 worth of ADS, which is alchemy. And I only held on to that because it's kind of in its little channel doing its thing. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else. I think it's all stables. Everything else is stable coins. So I'm going to wait this out, see where this ends up. And I'm going to look to rebuy at 3 different levels. And I've got them kind of marked, but I'm going for 25,000. I'm sorry, 25,500, 25,000, and 24,500. All 3 in that pocketed area right around here, looking for this thing to run back to support. If things change and it does better than we think, this thing rebounds tomorrow and then Monday, Tuesday, that's great. As soon as I get an 821 EMA cross, I'll be happy to rebuy. If I don't get my perfect buy line down here, that's okay. All right. If it wants to reverse back up here and bounce and get back over this 821 EMA right here that I have drawn, that I have put up on the screen, I'm cool with that. But as you see, it's not even close to that. So nonetheless, this is going to take a few days to play out whichever direction. Nothing's going to happen in a hurry. This weekend is an excellent opportunity for everybody to hit the pause button, have you a Dylan Mulvaney, and relax. I'm going to have a Dylan Mulvaney right now. It was a long day for the one more bullet guy. Sorry, not sorry. Interestingly enough, a remark was made about me saying that I'm an alcoholic and I drink on public like this and it makes me look bad. I want to spin that in the other direction for you. I talk to my sons about that all the time. If you're going to do something like this as an adult, you do it in your own house, right? You don't leave your home. You do it in your home. You put the keys away so you never drive, right? You do what you want to do in your own home. It's your life and your job to do what you want to do. You are a free American. All right? You can't do that until it's your house and you paid for the alcohol and it's yours. My sons are very much aware of this. I explained to them that I come from an alcoholic father, and there's a very important line not to cross whenever you do use alcohol. You have to maintain that knowledge of what's too much and own yourself when you make a mistake. So, if you have a problem with me, that's for you. I'm going to do what I do. I don't care about the rest. All right? I can handle fundamentals just as well as you can, I promise. That's where I came from. I can knock out fundamentals all day long. I have IP address tracking software, website developer software. I've got IT guys and web guys in the Discord we can go to and have stuff tracked if I can't find it. Okay? Don't play that game with me. All right? You're not smarter than everybody just because you can use Google. I need you to do better, okay? Now, you're going to take that as a personal attack. I don't think it's personal. This doesn't make me emotional. I'm completely unemotional about all this stuff, but I do love to joke around. I like to laugh. All right? What's up, Norsky? What's up, Dean? Good to see you, bro. Cycling Cotton. All right, so that's my Bitcoin take. I'm going to look at total market cap real quick, and then we'll go to the coins that you guys all requested, either in the Discord or on Twitter. If you have something that you'd like me to look at now, please list it up there and we'll get to looking for it. All right. Too many assets and too many Dylan Mulvaney's. Exactly, bro. I've got a few Dylan Mulvaney's sitting over here on the side for me for after this, because every time after a live stream, we go and do a Zoom, or well, it'll be in Discord this time. It'll be in the events tab in Discord. We'll have a voice chat going this time. I'm going to try it this week. And if it doesn't work, we'll stop it and go ahead and do a Zoom. But I'm going to try to use the Discord one more, right? Because it's supposed to. Zoom has really frustrated me lately, like next level frustration. So let's look at total market cap real quick. And this is going to be at about 1830. All right, we'll go to dominance here. Total market cap. Now, this one's actually a little cleaner to look at. And I know you're going to look at it and say, oh, you got lines drawn everywhere. That's fine. I'll take these lines off. So it's a little cleaner for you to see here. We're way over the 200 moving average. That's first, and that's awesome. I want that to maintain. I don't want us to lose that 200 moving average, because once that happens, well, you're more of a bearish sentiment. I've got the big weekly fib lines drawn here in yellow, right? See that? 50 fib weekly, and down here, 382 fib weekly, right there. All right. I didn't want to keep all this up on the screen because it gets messy to look at. You've got a clear 821 downward cross. That's enough to see there. All right, I'll take the indicators back off. Big white line right here is our bear market line. Make that red so it's very easy to understand. Here's our short-term downtrend that we have. And here's our very clean uptrend that we've got right here. You can kind of see that this is making a very large flag, isn't it? Yes, you have a very large bull flag here. So I'm going to let this thing play out. It's very clearly a head and shoulders. This thing is going to fall, bounce, and it may take another fall. We're going to find out how much of a fall it'll take. I'm not sure yet. But we may get our target faster than I thought, and I'm okay with that. As you see, this thing is already starting to push into support over here. You see that? Already pushing into support. Let's see how far it can dig in. And if this thing can dig into support pretty well and stop here, that's excellent. That'll give us a shot to run back up faster than I thought. Nonetheless, let's give it a little time to play out. Total market cap chart is super clean, much less herky-jerky, right? And in a herky-jerky world of crypto already, where things move very rapidly, sometimes too rapidly, this helps to smooth it out some. If you haven't done so, folks, go hit like. We got 50 people on, 33 people have hit like. Likes be free. All right. I see LTC on the screen over here. AVAX. I've got Ori. What else? It looks like it. All right. So let's go through the ones that everyone asked for. All right. I'm going to jump over here first to Arbitrum. All right. Man, I got in this and I thought I was doing pretty darn good. And then this thing reversed on me so fast, so fast. It kicked my limit, told me, hey Keith, I had alert set. It sent me an alert saying it's time to sell, and it was a little bit heartbreaking. I didn't want to sell it, but I did. I sold it. The very next day, it shoots that green candle up right there, and I'm like, oh hell, I sold too soon. But as you see, rolled right back over, right back into the muck. She's in this big downward channel right here. It did not break back over resistance. All it did was tag it and fail, which is bad. That's bearish. So let's see how far out she can bleed. All right, because it's got some time left to bleed here. And I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to pull some fibs for you. Something like this maybe. This is a little tougher to pull because I don't have much data. I've got a ton of data. If that's correct or if this is correct, it's tough. So we've come down to 1272, but we're showing a really, really bearish look here. It's highly possible this thing comes down to $1 flat and test $1 flat because it's psychological. You know, from there, it could get worse. If this thing can't hold $1, 87 cents is a nominal 1618 retrace. I'm hopeful that things rebound a little faster than that. And I can't guarantee that, but I do have high hopes for Arbitrum in the future. But for a while, it's going to get ugly. It's going to get rocky, and ain't nothing I can do about that. Someone asked for silver. Let's pull up the silver chart and have a ganda. 22.45. All right. So after silver had that really, really nice run and tried to maintain this 886, 786 Sniper's Alley right here, which is what these two red lines are right here. This is Sniper's Alley. She took a very, very abrupt erase back to the other direction just yesterday, didn't it? Had a horrible day. Silver had a horrible day. It cracked the uptrend. It's pulled down into a downtrend. It's back testing, however, this big yellow downtrend. So while it feels bad for the moment, if this thing can gain some traction back and maintain somewhere around this yellow line, particularly holding up above this support level right here, I think that's a good thing. We can pull a fib on this and see here, by the way. So I got pretty tipsy yesterday with my neighbor sitting on the front porch. And every time that happens, I roll my ankle. And I rolled my ankle and it's friggin' killing me right now, dude. I've got Steph Curry glass ankles. 100% won't deny it. So if this is all right, I'm going to pull this. I don't know how much time's left on this one just yet. It's a little too soon. So it's only down to in between the 236 and 382 fib. If this thing can get back over rapidly over this yellow line and maintain in between this zone, but on this side of the yellow line, I think that's excellent. The problem is the way it broke into this zone, it looks like it wants to go farther. If it can hold this support level, I'm tickled about it. Just be careful. 2355 is the next level of solid numerical support. So that would be where I may take a chance. But honestly, 382 is not a typical silver fib. 618 typically is. And that's all the way back down at $22. So be careful with this, with precious metals here. It may backfire on you, and I don't want that to happen. Someone asked for Kilt. All right, here's Kilt. Yeah, this is a very low cap altcoin. It's going to be a soft no for me. Why do I say that? Because it might do better later. But for now, it's going to be a no. It's just sitting there boiling, going sideways. And I think they're probably, for me, better ways to put my money into something. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, everybody. I'm just an idiot on the internet. You should do your own thing with your own money. All I do is chart for a living. All right. Someone asked me for a different index. It's M2SL, which is a money stock, Federal Reserve money stock. Interestingly enough, no one talks about this, he said, which is pretty cool. It's come from Twitter. Thank you, whoever it was. I forget. I'm sorry. I suck with names. But as you see, 20 trillion. Now, I will say it's starting to kind of try to roll over, isn't it? Let's go look at the weekly. Fuck you, dude. Look at this thing. Since 1959, it's done nothing but go up. Nothing but go up. It is kind of starting to roll over a little bit here, which is not great. I'd like to see this stop doing this and continue this up. Even back in 2008 and 2009, it only had a little blip right here. Not much. This looks way different, doesn't it? So this is the problem when you pressure banks the way they're being pressured right now, okay? You're really, really pushing the envelope. If this rolls over, I don't know where it goes, because if you don't have any data except up, it's only ever went up. So one would assume that they stop this and let this start going back up again. Because if this rolls over, holy hell. Okay? Holy hell. I don't want to see that. But it damn sure looks like it might be a possibility. Be very careful. I think LMX someone asked for. It might be CMX. I think that's what he asked for. I think. I'm not positive though. Well, this thing has done very, very well. Catalyst Media Group. If this is it, it might not be it at all, but it's a good opportunity to look at charts. Nonetheless, very solid uptrend here. I've had to do a lot of talking today. My voice is starting to go. I can hear it. Two very solid uptrends still running. This is curious to me because it's gone so far so fast. Even if it comes back, I believe it can hold these highs at 119, which is pretty good. And that would maintain this secondary uptrend here. If that secondary uptrend can maintain, that would be excellent. 27 flat. Give it some time, though. It may change, and I don't even know this is necessarily the right chart. But either way, it was a good opportunity to talk about charts. All right, I'm going to have to pull up Deck Screener because people are asking me for shitters. And the only way to find shitters is to look for them on Deck Screener sometimes. So let's do so. Let's do daily. We don't use volume. That's a waste of time. So icy. Some of these may be scams, and I'm sorry if they are. I have not looked into any of this, and I do that on purpose. I look at these as they come in because I want to get an unbiased viewpoint. I don't want anyone to influence what I'm thinking. I just want to see the chart. And this one looks like Fido's ass. Icy is going to be a big old no. Why? That is a mega downtrend. This may get better one day, but right now, this looks horrible. So for me, I'm not bothering. In fact, I think it could get worse. That's it. As soon I need to see that trend line break, which was this trend line I drew right here. Until that breaks, it's going to be it's an easy no for me. That line needs to break. Then we could talk again. Someone asked for Wall Street baby. This is so ridiculous. But we'll look it up. All right. Let's take this off. All right. So this one looks just as crummy, but not to the same degree. You have a broken uptrend. That's no bueno. You don't have very much data here, so I'm going to drop down to the 4-hour. Just getting absolutely rickrolled by sell pressure. I need to see this change. Until this changes, again, there's nothing here for me to do until this thing breaks this trend line, and then we can talk once it does. If it doesn't break the trend line, then there's nothing to talk about. It needs to break immediately and rapidly. Not breaking immediately and rapidly means more down. More down means more sales, and no longs until it happens. It's very easy to understand that. Until that changes, no thank you. Casper. All right. Let's have a gander. Now, it did rebound nicely after having a pretty shitty market since 2023. So, let's pull this off. It's awful messy on here. There we go. That's better. You had a very sharp uptrend that has henceforth failed. Now that this uptrend has failed, we can see that we have a downtrend on the other side of this. We have an overall uptrend. Still to this day, we have an overall uptrend. However, it's got a very gnarly amount of selling going on right now, and it's very, very sharp. How much longer is this going to happen? Well, you have at least until it breaks this trend line. Then we can talk. I honestly think it may break and jog sideways a little bit and kind of test this trend line over here somewhere. But that may not be till June. We need to be very careful with some of these because they're going to break your heart. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want any hearts broken on live streams like this. Thing you need to understand is this is not the bull market. It's not time for that yet. That really won't happen until the end of 2023 or roughly 2024 when we really get moving. All right. But that's a long way away. And since it's a long way away, we need to understand that and embrace that rather than fighting it, because that shit ain't going to help nobody. It ain't going to help nobody. Fighting it is only going to make it feel worse. And that's, I'm not going to shill something like your favorite influencer will. I'm just not going to do it. I don't care how long YouTube's I've been on or how many followers. I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. Sorry. All right. So let's go on to JASMY. Not a bad look until the other day. And then it turned really bad. I went ahead and sold off most of this. I think I might have 25 bucks or some shit like that worth. But yeah, I'll probably get rid of that too. I've already made profits on it. I believe I sold this twice. So, yeah, it's doing well. And then oof, big oof. You broke the downtrend. You created an uptrend. See that? That uptrend broke. And once that uptrend broke, it's done nothing but bleed like a stuck pig. I need to see this improve before I do any kind of buying on this. It went directly down, not sideways a little bit, just straight down through the toilet. That's going to continue. I can't be involved in it. I got to wait for that to improve first. You got to show some signs of improvement for me to be thinking about it. All right. Grail. I already sold this off as well. I decided I'd just wait until the bull market comes back before I rebuy this one. This is a layer 3 that's on top of Arbitrum network. Arbitrum is a layer 2, right? And they all pay ETH fees, by the way. So this one looks equally as bad, just not as sharply. And this is a horrible candle that it threw yesterday. Horrible candle. That is a shooting star. And what do shooting stars do, folks? Them shits fall out the sky. That's exactly what it looks like this candle wants to do, fall out of the sky. So, till that improves, es no bueno. For you guys who are just now tuning on here to the first time and you didn't know what you were going to get when you tuned in, you get no bullshit from me. I don't have any time for it. I'm going to keep it legit and straight with you every single time. It will make you mad. All right? It will make you mad. I understand that. But please see it for what it is. Please see it from me trying to give you the most unbiased and honest opinion that I possibly can. All right? I don't want to sugarcoat it. There's no room for that in our space. Sugarcoating gets you nowhere. So I'll just skip the bullshit. That's simple as that. All right. Pepe. That's 34 minutes. Pepe, failed uptrend. As you see, you have henceforth created a downtrend. It's got a little channel going here as well. I'll pull this white line off and I'll draw the channel for you so you can see it. It's just as bad. There you go. See that? You got a channel going, and it's just chopping its way from the top of the channel to the bottom of the channel over and over and over again. Looks like it wants to come on down some more. You had a little bit of support right here. It's already blown through it. Not great. I didn't expect that to hold. It was hardly any support there. So looks like it's going to dig in some more and at least come down here and touch the bottom of the channel, which is 0943. It's losing zeros real quick, isn't it? Or gaining zeros, I'm sorry, real quick. It was $2.1 billion worth of market cap. It is currently at 492. So people running for the hills over there. I never bought Pepe, and I might in the bull market, but not right now. Terrible idea. All right, how about Mong? This is on, which one's got the most liquidity? Looks like Arbitrum wrapped ETH does. So let's try this. Excuse me, I thought I was going to cough, but I didn't. Yeah, this looks like a dead duck. It has a $9,000 market cap. Not going to look at this one. Let's try better. Maybe it's this one, Mong. 1.5 million. How about this one? Let's try this one. That's better. That's better. Still getting destroyed by a downtrend here. That's 35, 45. 35, 45. Still getting smashed by the downtrend. I need to see this get better. Till that breaks, no thank you. I'm not going to get involved. Once that does crack, we can talk. But till then, it's pretty simple here. All these shitters on dexes are going to get destroyed by sell pressure when it's not an actual bull market. And this is not an actual bull market. We just have some bullish sentiment right now. Completely different. Okay? Please understand that. This will not change until we get an actual real bull market. And honestly, I don't expect a lot of these shitters to do really well until 2025. Not even 2024. To 2025. That's when I expect a lot of these really start popping off. And that's because there's a movement from the top upper assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all that mid-cap alts. They start to bleed out. And when they start bleeding out, that money goes over to shitters. All right, people are willing to take a chance with profits. All right, LTC. And that's not me guessing. That's just the way it works. That's the last two markets have taught us that. Litecoin getting absolutely rickrolled. So I'm going to pull up the 821 EMA and the 200. And as you see, she tapped the bottom of the 200. Es no bueno. Until this changes, Litecoin absolutely let me down here. I do plan on rebuying some of this when things change, but they haven't changed. Litecoin is something I'm going to put some money in. Bitcoin will be where most of my money goes until this mini up is done. And like I said, they got that XRP. I'll sell that off when the time comes. But this one looks really bad right now. I need this thing to improve rapidly. Now I will zoom out here for a moment and you can see that you have 3 touches. 1, 2, 3 on the trend line. Could it come back down here and break out and fail? Yes, it could. So I'm watching this very closely. And I was kind of hopeful this thing was going to hang on to this trend line, but it really looks like it wants to roll over and fail. Maybe we get this sell pressure over with by Monday or Tuesday, and by Friday things improve. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't read that. So I think it's best to just wait on this one for me. I'm just going to do a little hand sitting here and wait for things to improve. And once they do improve, we can talk about it again, but not until then. AVAX. And by talk about it, I mean talk about buying it, but not yet. All right, 38.40. Let's get into this heifer AVAX. I made some money, lost some money, made some money, lost some money. And now I'm out. I'm not going to rebuy this until the bull market. I've already made my mind up. It just keeps giving me mixed signals. Every single time I think it's going to do something, it turns the corner on me and goes the other way. And if that's the case, I know it's not a bull market. I'm just going to wait on it. I'm just going to wait this out a little bit. It looks like it wants to roll over and fail these lows. And man, if it does that, this heifer's coming all the way back to $13 again. Dude, I remember being told something magical was happening when AVAX broke $10. And it's all the way back to 14 again. This is what I warn people about, all right? It's not the actual bull market. Take it easy. This looks very similar to this move right here, where it went down really far and then immediately jumped back, chopped, and then took off. I kind of think we may get that move again. Get this really hard down. It jumps back, chops, and then makes a move and starts to go up. I don't think we're going to get much past this line, kind of what it looks like now. This is kind of optimistic up here, this green box. Once that failed right here, that kind of took away all that. Once this spot right here failed, kind of took away all that thought, and we can't really assume this box until we have another uptrend, and we don't have that yet, so we must wait. It doesn't look good enough to worry about yet. Let me go see over here real quick, and then I got to talk. What's up, Board Spinner? Good to see you. Been a minute. What's up, Rug? Applause for our favorite hockey equipment salesman, Rug. Good to see you, brother. What's up, Jeremy? Get back with me after this live stream. I want to know what happened at the gas house today. I seen the video. Rick Ho, he says, and now the whole network recruits weak trading, blah, 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 blah. He's trying to get me to, I don't know. He's trying to get me to buy something, so I'm reading it. So I'm going to mute it. I'm going to do away with this comment here. Remove that message. What's up? There you go. Oh, sweet, brother. I'm glad I helped you. Thank you. Dragon, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Roostar, gold is on its way down. Finally making some successful trades from it, right? Sorry, it's been a while. Good to see you back, bro. That's all good. If you haven't done so, our Discord still has a special running. All right. Your favorite influencer probably has a link. They're welcome to share it to you anytime that they would like. However, we have one as well. It's right here. Our Discord is still half off. $8 a month right here, everybody. Launchpass.com/786 assassins /half off. $8 whopping dollars. $8 whopping dollars to help you understand your financial future better. All right. We do not give information. We talk amongst each other like adults. We come up with better decisions based on that. And we work to teach people as they come in. There are no stupid questions in our Discord. We want to teach as many people we possibly can. That the bottom will be coming in later and the top will be coming in after that. But we're not there yet. I can only say it so many times on YouTube, right? People listen more when I'm texting you one-on-one. I'm in there almost all day long. I answer every question I can. Sometimes I miss them, but for the most part, I get every single question. People DM me all the time. I try to answer every single DM. What are you waiting on? It's $8 friggin' dollars. Links down there in the bottom of the description. Knock yourself out. You can pay with the year if you'd like, and you get a little bit of a discount if you do that too. It's up to you, right? The price will go up soon. I don't want to hear it when the price goes up. We warned you ahead of time. Be ready. Now, next on the list, Chain. I actually had some of this and sold it off. Decided that I'm going to buy it in the bull market, right? But not yet. I don't think it's... Again, with these low cap shitters like this, they immediately give me this impression that they're going to roll over and quit. And they're not really going to do much until the actual bull market when real money flows into them. Just getting hammered with sell pressure. Under the 200, under the 821, you've slipped back under the weekly 236. This is no bueno. In fact, this looks like it's going to continue rolling over and failing all the way back down to around 90-something cents. Now, I don't know that for sure because there is some support right here around $2, but I'm watching this carefully. And until this breaks this trend line, I'm to think this is going to continue failing and rolling over. Not a whole lot good here to talk about with this one until I see some rapid improvement. Pussy Money, Weed, and Crypto. What a name for YouTube. By God, that's a name right there. What's up, Peter Navarro? Good to see you, bro. BB. He says, look up BB. He's trying to shield, and it's okay. I'm all right with that. We don't really do that here. We just lock it in on the charts. Everything else is, whatever. We just chart over here. All right. So I got the 4-hour pulled up. And yes, in fact, this one is currently trending up, and it is currently trying to break this high. If this high breaks right here, she will continue running up. I am to assume this high will break as long as this white line right here continues to be maintained. Once that fails, the show may be over. But until then, I'm going to assume this thing keeps making higher highs and higher lows, right? Something similar to that. One step at a time. Low cap shitter. Be careful. It's up 43% in the last 24 hours. In the last 6 hours, 14%. In the last 4 hours, it's up about 342 pips. Oh man, that's about 40. No, it's about 4.5%. So it's not terrible, but it is getting stuck under that level right there. I really need to see it breach this level and hold it. I think it's possible, but we're gonna have to see a whole lot of other stuff happen for that to come true. Yeah, it may take a while before that ever actually. I'm sorry, it's 45 minutes before it ever actually plays itself out. Let me have a drink of Dylan Mulvaney. I can hear my throat. We salute you, Dylan. You guys hadn't noticed, I'm just doing whatever I can here to poke the bull. Oh God, they canceled the contract with it, so it's okay. Everybody relax. All right, so I went back and looked, and I'm being generous with this, but my rough dollar amount here on this DAG is about 0.036 ish. That's why I got this green line up here, but I just put that up there for myself. That's the only thing I've got left, that little bit. So all the Chads will tell you the price shot up because of hypergraph hour. And first of all, there are about 3 people on earth who know what that is. All right. Everyone else in the crypto world just goes, oh, well, what does that mean? So relax. We've already knew this was going to be roughly the floor well before this. We came on and talked about it on the YouTube here several times. Made multiple videos about DAG, right? Multiple videos about how I like the buy pressure that was coming in, how I thought this support zone would hold, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's some things I still need to see happen here. All this thing did so far was come up here and smack the 50-day moving average, which I don't even have up there, but I will put up there now so you can see it. Right here is the 50 and the 100-day moving average. And as you can see right there where I drew that circle is right about where that candle stopped. Just gave that 50 a nice and stopped. For this to be a bullish move, it needs to break the 200 moving average, which is way the hell up there. That ain't happening no time soon, okay? It's going to take time to happen. In fact, all that big candle did was entice people to sell because now they can finally start to get back out in the profits for the first time. People are actually getting some profits, which is good. That means people are listening. And whether they're listening to me or they're listening to someone else, I'm glad to see people get some profits. All right. I need to see a lot happen here. It needs to break the 200-day moving average. Plus, this thing needs to break this trend line way over here. It's going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute before this happens. So, more down and sideways with slight up. I'm okay with that. Give it some more time here. Everybody needs to stop panicking. I seen a lot of people get super cocky today on one candle. I think everyone needs to have a Dylan Mulvaney and relax. Okay. Everything's going to be okay. It's not going to the moon. Give it some time to play out and do its thing. Relax. All right. That's how I feel about DAG. Targets here. I need to see it break 4 cent. Breaking 4 cent opens up the door for 5 cent, which is where I see it going on a high time frame. That 5 cent level is up here right against resistance. So it may take some time to get through that as well. You can't just do all of this at one time. It has to work its way slowly through these processes. You're not going to get things just shoot up and run up real high in price. It's not the way it works. We're going to have to play it by ear, give it a little breather here and there. And as it does its thing, little by little, we'll continue to chart it like we chart everything else. I think that was 47.30 when I started this one. As we do this, we'll chart it like we do everything else, and you'll see things slowly start to play out. All right. I'm never going to panic. You're never going to see me panic. There's no reason to. All right. Things typically work themselves out if you just wait a day or 3. Okay. Tom Pazderka, what's up, brother? Good to see you. I have not done FTM yet. Let me look at it. Mountain Man, what's up, bro? Tech stocks have been retracing a bit more than crypto. I'm glad to catch the stream live. I'm glad you're on here, brother. Good to see you. Chairman Murray says, you don't get it, buddy. That's so you guys don't know this, but in the South, when someone calls you buddy, it's not because they're your friend. That's their way of a slight insult. Listen, buddy. That's just their way of slightly insulting you. I'm not sure where certain people are from, but that's how we say it. All right. I don't take that as a compliment because I'm not your friend. Don't call me your friend if I'm not your friend. That's disingenuous. That's the way it comes off to me. I don't like disingenuous. Let's go look at FTM real quick, and I'm going to do XRP after that. I got a lot of people asking me about XRP lately because they're getting that feeling that the SEC is going to lose and we're going to get crunk up. And Have a Dylan Mulvaney and relax. All right. So FTM, I was just drawing some lines here. I'm not sure this applies. On the 200 moving average, I don't hate that. However, this thing has got crucial sell pressure. Tons of sales coming in just over and over and over again, and it doesn't want to budge. Pushing down and pushing down. It's not oversold yet. It's still got room to fall more, which is ruthless, dude. I'd really, really, really like to see it hold the 200 moving average here. That does not mean it cares what I want. You can see this weekly trend is definitely down. Definitely broken down. You're about to get a weekly 821 downward cross. If this thing rolls over and fails, gosh, that's a long way down for FTM. It's making a big head and shoulders. You guys see that? Shoulder, head, shoulder. Could get worse, couldn't it? So, you know, count your chickens sometimes because they go away pretty darn fast if you're not watching. I don't want to see everybody lose their chickens. That's a Southern saying. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. All right? Count your chickens while you got them, though. The Dragon said, I'm not your pal, friend. That's pretty good, dude. That gets an applause. That's pretty good. That tickled me. That was pretty good. That's a good one. All right. XRP. So XRP has some buy pressure here. What do I mean by buy pressure? I mean very long wicks on the bottom of candles with small to no wicks on the top. And a couple of them are green. Now, yeah, you got some red mixed in here too. Everything's still holding on to the 200 moving average. Almost oversold. It's close to oversold. I had a buy limit set here and I totally forgot about it on KuCoin and it bought. And I went to go check my portfolio and I went, what the fuck do I got XRP for? And then I saw the last order that I have closed was XRP and I went, really? Really? And it filled it exactly as I felt. Nah, damn it. It hit it and filled it perfectly. Well, then the chart came up and I was like, hey, I'm all right. Well, then it went right back down. So it's kind of ping-ponging back and forth around in between moving averages and stuff right now. It could go a little farther down toward 39 cent, 38 cent, and that's okay. I'll leave it be. I'm going to give this some time. If it can hold the 200 moving average, I'll leave it alone. If it fails the 200, I'm going to bail. I still think there's room in here and time in here for another move up to at least test this trend line one more time. If that's the case, and I bought it around 42.5 and I can sell it around 47, that's about a 15% gain, 13% gain. I'll take 13% and be happy about it. If it can break this trend line and settle on top, oh, that'd be amazing. I would love that. If this thing could do what I think XRP will eventually do. If this thing can crack, get up over this trend line and set on top here, oh boy, that would be amazing. That's what it's done the last 2 bull markets. Broke trend and sat on top of it for months. I want to preface this by saying, looking back in the history of XRP, the history is this thing's going to roll over and fail and go sideways. Let's look at XRP BTC. Hiccups coming in hard now. Super annoying. All right, so let's go to weekly. Looking at the weekly chart here, XRP BTC, which is XRP versus, damn it, hiccups, XRP versus Bitcoin. You see the timeline here, early May of 2019. I'm sorry. So you're getting hammered by sell pressure over and over again. You had a support level right here that kept getting hit. It then failed shortly after that. From there, this arrow points to it. The failure just went dead sideways. And there was no dominance break versus Bitcoin. It just went dead sideways. Here we are again. Similar thing happening. Bouncing around on support. Every time a move up happens, it just gets hammered with more sell pressure. Now, look, it's trying its best not to fail right now. These hiccups are super annoying. It's trying its best not to fail right now. I'm hopeful that it hangs on off for dear life here. But if it doesn't, we have the destiny here to show what could happen. A breach of support, a roll down, a fall sideways until the next beginning of the hiccups. Oh my God. Beginning of next year. For someone with ADD, having hiccups when you're trying to live stream, to the world is frustrating. So use your judgment here with XRP. Know that while there may be a court case that's going to go in their way, it hasn't yet. And we'll have a move to our advantage before that releases, all right? We know this, that the chart will go where we need it to and give us a great buy-in before any opportunities like that arise, all right? I'm hoping that that's it. Nope, still hiccups, Jesus Christ. Anyway, that's been almost an hour. Thank every single one of you guys for coming on here. Oh my God, hiccups. I'll be back next Thursday. I like these once a week streams. And the reason I like them is it lets the things play out more. So I don't come on here, say something, and immediately have to change something, right? I give it a full week to happen. It's a little better that way. So from me, from all of the admins and moderators, from everyone that watches, from everyone that's in our Discord, for everyone who follows on Twitter or YouTube, thank you all. You all are all badass. I appreciate all of you coming on here. We have some cool stuff coming up. I just recorded another podcast with Jesse Eckel. That'll be coming out soon. I got an AMA coming up with James Pelton. That'll be out soon. We'll be over in Crypto Sensei's group, Cryptonaires, on Tuesday. That'll be coming out soon. More videos constantly coming out on every week. Constantly stuff coming up on Twitter. I'm in the Discord all the time. Live streams like we normally do. Dude, we're packing the information in, all right? We're trying to get as much info out there as we can. Thank you all. Make the best of your todays, the worst of your tomorrows. Hiccups, Jesus Christ. And lastly, you could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me. From the bottom of my heart, you'll never understand how much I appreciate that. I'm just an idiot from South Carolina. Actually from North Carolina, but I live in South Carolina. It makes no sense to me that people want to come on here and watch. So thank you. See you guys on the next live stream. See you Tuesday. Y'all be good. I'm out. Sky's the limit. Peace.